Social media, a path to a dystopian society. My total screen time for this week is 36 hours, 25 minutes. Guess how much of that is social media? About 23 hours. Yes, 23 hours. Hi, my name is Hyewon, a current 8th grader at Concordia International School, Hanoi. At least once, you must have experienced that texting through your phone is easier than talking in person, scrolling through reels with no idea what time it is. Especially teenagers like me don't have the ability to fully control our behaviors, easily getting addicted to social media. When I thought I only spent 30 minutes on Instagram, my screen time for the day was over 3 hours. It was always confusing and regretful how I spent the day watching videos that wouldn't provide any help in my studies. Some days I've only studied for 30 minutes procrastinating with my phone. In this way, our society is becoming increasingly dystopian, where people are connected through online platforms, social media, than offline, face-to-face communication. Before going deeper into the connection between SNS and dystopian society, why is it so easy for us to get addicted to social media? In fact, social media is trying to make us spend time. Have you ever noticed that in some apps you are not able to see the time? These are marketing tactics to prevent users from leaving the platform. Moreover, SNS utilizes an algorithm to continuously engage people by collecting data and displaying it accordingly. According to Stanford Medicine, artificial intelligence algorithm triggers more dopamine in our brain, causing addiction to easily happen. I also experienced going through reels, being amazed by how, as I progressed, it started to relate more and more. Furthermore, according to a survey done by TrueList, identifying the the percentage of US online users who identify as social media addicts by age group, about 45% of online users between 18 to 22 were known to be addicts. Similarly, teenagers are often influenced by their phones and become easily addicted to social media. Then, what is a dystopian society? A dystopian society is an imaginary society characterized by extreme settings of suffering, often mirroring the society in which we live in. During 8th grade, I read a dystopian novel called Fahrenheit 451. People in the society do not have time to think because of the constant distractions everywhere they go, and because reading books and being slow is illegal. To present more about the characters in the book, Mildred, who shows the average perspective of the society, is addicted to the parlors, thinking them as her family rather than her actual husband, Montag. Even when Montag is in danger of getting arrested, all she does is to worry about her parlor families. Just like this, in our society, the existence of Mildreds is increasing due to the excessive amount of social media. I also experienced that I was becoming one of the Mildreds frequently these days, as it was more comfortable interacting through social media like Instagram, and the number of days I spent without studying or thinking was increasing as time passed. We could break the connection between SNS and dystopian society into two. First, I would like to ask a question. Do we think while we scroll through videos? We don't have time to process while watching the videos, and we constantly get distracted by new information coming in each move we make. If this cycle continues, we will only feel comfortable and entertained, but do we actually gain anything? I felt guilty after watching all the reels because they didn't have anything. There was nothing I could think of while watching the videos. It always felt empty and hollow afterwards. Scrolling is an action that provides instant entertainment, making us attached to it. However, this can lead to us being emotionless in our actions, as we don't have to reflect on ourselves while watching endless videos. This mirrors the parlors in Fahrenheit 451. Just like the people in the book, we too would not question and would become addicted to those distractions, losing our ability to critically think about what is happening around us. Moreover, the parlors are designed to engage people and fit into their interests, just like the algorithms in social media. Also, the major reason why people like Mildred easily got addicted to the parlors was because it always flatters people by agreeing to every single thing they say. Therefore, people did not have to think. As a matter of fact, I acknowledged that I was addicted to social media and the satisfaction of algorithms, such as FYPs short for my page. However, I didn't want to accept it because from that moment, I would feel guilty whenever I scroll when I wanted to think of nothing, just like the people in Fahrenheit 451. Moreover, we feel lonely even if we are connected online. Mildred, for instance, thought she was connected with the parlors, so she isolated herself, being alone. However, all she was doing was interacting with people who didn't even know her existence, replacing the word audience with her name. Just like the parlors, we have an illusion that we are not alone and get stuck in the loneliness in a disguise of connection. According to Cambridge papers, as the social media usage increased, the loneliness rate rose as well, as you can see in this graph. Spending more time on social media means we have fewer in-person interactions. Therefore, we lose our valuable ability to form meaningful bondings and establish long-lasting relationships. Like Mildred, we often fail to realize how lonely we are, disconnecting ourselves, escaping from reality, disconnecting ourselves from what we really need to think about and our connections with each other. Constant distractions from social media makes us lose touch with our emotions. Although loneliness may be easy to disregard, it is extremely hard to acknowledge and get rid of. I also experienced this during school breaks. Isolated from school, which technically forced us to have in-person interactions. I was alone in the hospital room, having nobody to talk to, not even my twin or anyone. Although I had a friend who was constantly texting me, it was no use. I always felt empty and hollow afterwards. This was when I realized the importance of in-person interactions. I agreed that texting through online does reduce the feeling of solitude and create a sense of belonging. However, that time is finite and loneliness would soon hit harder than before. Loneliness makes a dystopian society because it means broken connections. If our bonds with each other breaks apart, it would lead to a society just like the one shown in Fahrenheit 451. Everyone is attached to fake relationships, pure distraction. Everyone isolates themselves and is detached from reality. Everyone avoids thinking. Is this the future we want? Sure, social media keeps us entertained. It keeps us constantly smiling. However, we cannot let it control us completely. We cannot let it destroy our connections. We cannot let it hide our reality. So, here is something I recommend you to do. It is extremely straightforward but powerful. Talk to new people every day and reflect on yourselves. Instead of endless scrollings, put a mirror in front of you and think. Even an imaginary mirror is okay. Every 5 minutes of in-person interactions and a reflection will help us stay away from becoming a dystopian society. Now, go ahead and talk to the person next to you. What is your name? What are you into these days? Thank you.